Hello, hello. How is the volume sounding? I can hear myself. That is always good. Now I just need to do a few things. So as always, we have mild technical issues. It wouldn't be a stream without them. So I just need to quickly finish copying something over because we didn't have any saved games. And there's a reason for that. Also, need a copy of my stream that I can just watch to make sure everything is going the way it should do. Because it's been 2 weeks, I've completely forgotten how to do all of this stuff. Where on earth do you find a copy of your own stream? I'm just gonna have to go to my own YouTube page, I guess. YouTube Studio. This is my current live stream. Also, it doesn't help that I've been having some really bad lag on YouTube for like the past few weeks. I don't know if that's something everyone's been experiencing, whether it's just me. Could be because I'm using certain things, so I don't have to watch certain other things that appear on videos. Maybe. I've heard that has been an issue recently with some people. There we go. There's a link to my own stream. That took way too long to find. Okay, let's take a quick peek. And then I can see the chat as well. There we go, there's Canuck. There's a very handsome Eirik. Hello. Okay, everything's looking good mine now. I just need to wait for my saved games to finish copying over because recently I switched hard drives. The old document hard drive I used maybe was on its way out, you know, when they start making weird noises. And then when I copied over some very important files to back up, 2 of them couldn't be found or read on the disk. So was that a disk problem? Was that just those files happened to be corrupt problem? I don't know. Either way, I went and got myself a new document hard drive. And as some people may know, Fallout likes to save its saved games on whatever it considers to be your document hard drive. But that isn't the same drive I had the game installed on. So I didn't want a saved game to be read off a more traditional hard drive. I wanted it to be read off of the super fast M2 hard drive. So I did one of those weird things where you redirect a folder to a different folder, which isn't too difficult to do. I just can't remember how to do it right now. So my quick, fast solution is just copy everything over from that to the documents hard drive, and hopefully it all works out. It's at 95%, so fingers crossed. Matthew says, I must get around to fitting my SSD and transferring the files. Yep, that's the thing, it's... I bought 2 hard drives, one to replace my old solid state for my games, and one for just documents. And I haven't bothered installing the other drive yet, just because it's so much hassle to transfer everything, and I don't have to do it right now. The only reason I did the documents right this second is because, maybe I'll lose them. Okay, those have finished copying over. Let's see if we can launch Fallout 4. That is the important thing. Okay, we got Mod Organizer. That's launching up. And I bet we get the same thing where for some reason it decides to default to my second screen. Which again, I found a fix for. You have to open an INI somewhere and replace a line. Not too difficult. I'd have to quickly Google it because I can't remember exactly what to change or where. Okay, it sees my saved games on Mod Organizer. That's good. We're hitting run. It's launching on the secondary screen, of course it is, but let's just at least test if it's got the saved games. If it does, that's one problem down. Now, if I remember, where we left off was we were just about to assault the HQ. And could be wrong. I don't think I updated to the recent version of SS2 either. Okay, yes, we have the saved games. Okay, that's one problem down. Now I just need to get it on the right screen. So let's quickly look that up. Fallout 4. What did I search? Opening on wrong monitor. That's what my search history says. And someone had a fix up there. So you have to open up one of the i9s, and it's just you literally have to change the positioning of the resolution. Because I guess it treats all your monitors as one big monitor, so it uses sort of a coordinate to decide where it streams from. Because technically it could stream from all of them and be stretched out all over all of them, I guess. Okay, here it is. So, this is from Nightbird, post in 2015. Thanks, Nightbird. You can adjust it by editing your Fallout 4 custom INI, which is found in your Documents, My Games, Fallout 4. Set the I location X value to 0, and this will equal your main monitor. So I'm just going to go check that. My Documents. Is this the right My Documents? Yes, it is on my D drive. Very good. And it is the Fallout 4 custom INI. I want to find the line. I location X. Cannot find it. Oh, right, because X is probably a value. Yeah, there is. Yes, so I'm going to change that to 0, 0, and save. This, I think, just resets itself every time. Maybe it's a setting in Mod Organizer that just keeps refreshing it. Maybe it's just Fallout 4. Who knows? I'm just going to do a quick test and launch it, and if so, we will go into game. Hooray! It opened on the right monitor. Fantastic. We're doing lightning speed troubleshooting today. And I'm not going to close it, I'm just going to Alt-Tab. Because I swear if I close it, it's just going to revert to the other monitor again. And I don't want that. So let's Alt-Tab. Let's get YouTube over here. If it's going to show up, it isn't. Thank you. Okay, there we go. So now I can see the chat. And let's, on OBS, switch over to Game Overlay, which hopefully hasn't broken. So as I say, I have been playing with my monitors recently. Oh, and it looks like I've managed to pause my stream, so I don't actually know if everything's working the way it should. Let's give that a refresh. Yep, okay, fantastic. That looks like it is working. Hello everyone! How have you been? It's been 2 weeks since I last streamed. I think 2 weeks from this point, I wasn't feeling well, and I was busy on a work project, so I just had to be like, can't stream. And then it was, last week it was C3, the big charity thing, which I hear went very, very well. I think they raised nearly $9,000, maybe $10,000. Which is not pocket change. Okay, it looks like we're ready to go. Now, if I recall, I have no Stimpaks. I have very little ammunition. Let's see. Yeah, I've got like no... Okay, we've got some missiles. I think we'll have to use the missile launcher to get close. And then I think once we're inside, we're going to have to let Jake do most of the work. Okay, we do have lasers. Ammunition for my laser, so we're good. So we get to see how difficult this is if you are not really playing the game and you're just plowing through the main story, which is what we're doing. So let's wait for the attack. I understand people want to just... They've played Fallout 4 a million times, they just want to play the new content. But we definitely interweave things.
Looked as if you were a million miles away.
So that you have to play vanilla. It's nothing, Jake, it's nothing. We're being a jerk.
It's nothing.
Heads up, the mannequins are about to go off. I've set Lupe up with a rifle. Doubt she'll hit anything, but should offer a distraction. As for all the others, I've got them spread out, ready to offer fire support. Should take some of the heat off of us.
Already?
That's right, we went with Aiden's plan.
Thought we'd still had a few more minutes. Well, all right then. Let's do this. Hey, keep your eye on the plaza. You won't want to miss this.
I think Jake's got the brown face bug as well.
There they are, right on cue.
Looks like the gunners took the bait.
They're firing! Nukes inbound!
Damn! Cover your eye! All right, path's clear. Let's move out!
Okay, follow me. Keep close.
Okay, so we're doing a path most people don't do. We're following Aiden. And that what about scares me? Okay, we're going to corporal. We'll be over there, 2 step over there. I think we should try and take out this motorboat even though I'm not going to hit it. Let's get a little bit closer. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to definitely get that now. That seemed to do no damage to it. I don't think it's scripted to not take damage at this point. And I missed. Okay, that's not just me, right? That is not taking damage. I think this is one of the things that we changed multiple times. Maybe at one point it did take damage, but we decided to not have it take damage. I don't know. You are meant to be able to get rid of it as soon as I shoot it. Although I do think mods can often cause disruptions with it. Yes, please try and get rid of the gunner. Oh, how did you survive on this sort of face? Okay. 5 action points. Let's switch to our laser pistol. Not very good for long range, but I've been playing too much BattleBit recently, so I was just trying to get prone on the floor. But you can't do that in this game. You can only crouch. Taking Jake's down. I don't feel good about this. I was gonna retreat a little bit over here. I'm just gonna sit tight for a little bit. Take that. Is that gonna slip? They are. I'll get them with my very close range. I can't afford to take damage. I don't have stun backs. I need to do one of the guys. But right now is a bad time. Okay, we're almost there. Just get rid of that one. Ooh, I don't like those odds. Let's aim for that. Okay. Left leg. We missed. I'm gonna die. Very short. Okay. We gotta have something to heal us. Food. Food can heal us. Okay, we're gonna eat that. We're gonna drink water. We'll save the jet. Go on a bit. Okay. That helps. I'm just gonna run away. Okay. The vertibird is definitely interesting. Get that leg. Oh, come on. Okay, I think the Superman's helping us. Don't want to do that. Let's see this guy. It's too far away from my little laser. Yep, super greens are helping. Good guys. Okay, we got him. Okay, we don't need to worry about the boat. Let's go find Aiden. Oh. Is that Wise? Oh, I guess we convinced Wise. Didn't remember if we did that on this playthrough. Okay, this is good. I got no action points. No, I'm dead. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to do that again. But I'm cheating. Because this isn't a let's actually try and play through. This is a I want to make commentary on design things playthrough. But this is a good lesson. Come prepared. As you are warned many times by many of the characters. and get allies, which I have no allies, because I've not done any of the side quests. So the best we have is Algernon and Wise, apparently. Although he's not here. Did he just appear? Has he walked off? Is he meant to be here? Did he go fight something? There he is, okay. We must have had hostiles outside, and he's gone to fight them. Okay. Okay, I'm cheating. Don't judge me. God mode is on. And now I will actually have some bullets. That's good. But on the plus side, we get to see Aiden speak again, which again is something we don't get to see very often. Because most people go with Jake's plan, which is the smart plan to go with. I will be honest, as the guy who wrote it, Jake's plan
right?
technically is the best one.
Looked as if you were a million miles away.
May not be the moral one.
Sorry. What?
Heads up. The mannequins are about to go off. I've set Lupe up with a rifle. Doubt she'll hit anything, but should offer a distraction. As for all the others, I've got them spread out, ready to offer fire support. Should take some of the heat off of us.
Already? Huh. Thought we'd still had a few more minutes. Well, all right then. Let's do this. Hey, keep your eye on the plaza. You won't want to miss this.
There they are. Right on cue.
And we get to watch the fireworks again.
Looks like the gunners took the bait.
They're firing! Nukes inbound!
Dan, cover your eye! All right, path's clear. Let's move out.
Okay, this time I'm feeling good. I feel like I can take on the world. So we can follow Aiden and do exactly what we're meant to.
Blue, we're not alone here.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna follow this missile launcher because now we have infinite ammo. Hello. There, it's up, Mr. Hand. Well, we're doing great. We're doing great. Goodness, that guy. Let's aim for a headshot. Where is it? Those are scary mannequins. Is he? Okay, he's fighting the vertical.
One day.
We need to get that gun. Nope. Okay. Okay, that's a good. We gotta hit him with that. Hooray! Okay, there he goes. If we just take care of this current.
Stay behind me.
There we go. What? They've got a second gun?
Shit.
Wait, is it better to have a gun on both sides? Or is... What? What is it? Is someone in the room? Is this guy shooting us? Oh, how? How? I didn't think verticals could do that. I thought it was only the minigunner who could damage you. Huh. Well. You were definitely damaging. Okay, I think we got the pilot. Going down. I don't know who's flying. Okay, let's do these guys in front. A minigun on the side, twin guns at the front. Usually I stay far away from verticals. That's usually I'm doing hardcore playthrough. And generally they just spell doom. But right now we're not doing that, we're doing a normal playthrough and we're cheating. So Infinite missiles. There we go. Now we're getting some levels out of it. Always nice, because we're definitely under level for this. This is why you need mods. You shouldn't survive on the safety of the place. No one should. Classic bullet sponges. Who was it? This isn't how you should play, but I might be enjoying it. It's because it's... This is very simple. One more time. And apparently we're doing Lupe. Okay. Did I hit something? Also one. So I think this was a thing that was this is roughly how it was designed on paper in terms of how the fight plays out. I think we got kind of lucky in it just works. Like I think the hardest thing was getting the vertibird to play nice, which is why I was unsure if it was immortal before, because I think we were having issues with it. But compared to other big fights we have, I think this one was relatively painless to get going. Let's say it's completely painless. There's always issues we have, no matter what. Damn it. Where's it? So I think the idea is you have waves that attack you, and you can't move up until you've defeated them. It wasn't exactly how it was originally designed. It was meant to be just you move up to where the character is waiting, and as soon as you've got there. But I think what was happening is, because players didn't have to kill all the gunners, by the time they got to this point, they took a lot of them. So I think that's why they forced that you have to kill each wave as well. So occasionally maybe the battle point is I think each character yells out, "Follow me!" And then as you get to them, you're like, "Okay, let's move up." But I'm not entirely sure that's true when they say let's move up. Maybe we change that. For me, you're a little quiet compared to the battle. Okay. First of all, let's move the mic a bit closer. Maybe that'll help. And I will turn my game down if that is not loud enough. Okay, I'm just going to turn up top. Surely that's going to be enough for this build at this point. Bye. I think this guy is that any better? Volume wise? Okay, fantastic. I think also we're out of the major combat at this point. Yeah, we'll just shoot this guy down. And of course he survives. See, I wouldn't. Me as a player, I would have not survived that. And that's silly. Oh my god. There are ghouls. Scary, scary ghouls. Okay, I'm gonna climb it. I'm gonna assume that we can climb it. Maybe Aiden will jump to us. Oh, he's mutated. I better shoot him some more. One more, and there we go, just as the game intended me to play. Fantastic. Okay. Let's see if Aiden jumps to us. Is that even? There he is. Okay, fantastic. We are meant to have a talk with Aiden, so I'm just going to hang here and see if he can make his way over. Are you stuck, Aiden? I'm going to grab him and see if, there we go, let's see. I'm going to see if his torch triggers. I'm not sure if it's tied to a particular stage in the quest, so maybe we do have to go with these gunners, but we do have a thing here to advance the quest, so let's move to space player. There we go. Okay, Aiden is having, so Aiden is meant to have a little thing he says here, like, I'll hold this, no gunners are going to get past me. But I'm wondering if, because the fight's going on, he's not saying it. Lupe's, so Lupe has a version, if you go with Jake's plan, where you have to go down, outside to low level. But because that's an interior, I think we have better control over it. So, chances are Aiden sometimes says his thing, but I think at the moment he's caught in combat. So let's just go down. We don't technically need to hear what he has to say. I just need to go into the base. Though I am thinking of rewriting or removing the line where he says nothing can get past me. So, spoilers. In a moment, we're going to meet a particular character.
Should have known it would be you.
There he is.
Who else would be dumb enough to pull this kind of shit? I warned you, but you didn't listen. So now you're gonna pay for crossing the gunners.
Big Brad Berman. So, as some people may or may not know, you can spare Berman. And if you spare him, he will come back. And it will have quite a large effect on the story in Chapter 3. However, the way I originally wrote it in Chapter 2, which is what we're in now, if you go with Aiden's plan, which we have, and you decide to let Berman go, he's going to take this elevator that we're next to here. And if Aiden had have said his line up top, his line is, I'm not going to let anything get past me, because that's his plan. He wants to not let anyone escape from the plaza. Because he wants all the gunners dead. And we've gone with that plan. Let's kill all the gunners. So if Berman is let go by us, but takes this elevator up, well, guess who's at the top of the elevator waiting to kill anyone who comes out? It's Aiden. So, originally, Berman died, and I don't know if we got it in, but if you went to the... if you let Berman go, and then you were to go to the top of the plaza, after this quest has happened, you could find Berman's body and loot it, because Aiden killed him. But in Chapter 3, I realized I'd conditioned it, so... spoilers for Chapter 3. At the end, when you confront Lamont, if you went with Jake's plan and found her a cure for her illness, you can convince her to side with you, and you can get the gunners as allies. However, if you at least researched her illness, you don't have to get a cure, but you can research it, and you went with Aiden's plan, you can convince her second-in-command to turn on her, because you've demonstrated that you're ruthless and think like a gunner, therefore he's more than willing to follow you. And you've proven to him that Lamont is dying, therefore not a good leader. But all of this hinges on Berman giving you some intel, so Berman needs to be alive. Now I think at some point I'd written it where Berman didn't have to be alive to get the gunners to surrender to you. But either there was a crossover in just my logic, or I forgot something. So technically I don't think... I mean, Berman still spawns, which is a bug. If you kill him here, often he still spawns in Chapter 3. He's not meant to. but we're calling it a feature rather than a bug, because it does allow you to get that ending where you can have the gunners side with you or ally with you, even if technically here you let him go as you're meant to, but Aiden kills him up top. So at some point I've got to figure that out exactly. The quick, easy solution is just removing Aiden's line, or maybe adding a new Aiden line where he says he's going to move away from watching the elevator. He's going to, look down. So it's kind of a hand wave of how Berman escaped. But let's ask Berman some questions. Big bad Berman.
Hold on. I have some questions first.
I suppose there's no harm in answering a dead man's questions. Might even be funny. Yeah, go ahead. Ask.
No more questions. No. What's your past, Berman? Let's learn a bit about you.
Who were you before all this?
Ah, I get it. You want to know about the man who's gonna kill you. All right. Here's a story for you.
Doesn't like laughing.
Few years back,
Getting the
there
lip
was
flap
this
stand
guard in
matchup,
Diamond
always a pain.
City. One day, he and two others get called out to deal with some mercenaries outside the front gate. 3 guards against a whole squad of mercs. Anyway, a fight breaks out. Right away, one of the guards takes a bullet to the head. But this other guy, Barry, I think his name was, he gets lucky.
Uh-huh.
Barry got behind a merc. Now he's holding him at gunpoint, shouting, "Surrender or he dies." Now I know the mercs ain't gonna surrender. They're just waiting to get a clear shot on Barry. Only, they didn't get the chance, 'cause I shot Barry first. The mercs were impressed, recognized talent when they saw it, offered me the chance to leave the Diamond City Guards and join them. So I did. You want to know who I was? Same person I've always been. A survivor.
Now, what we just witnessed, other than backstory, which is always important for a character, is setup. So often, if you want something later on in a story, you have to set it up first. And I think prior to this as well, but also here, we learn that Berman is a survivor, and he's not exactly loyal. So when he shows up in Chapter 3 and offers to join you, you can take him at his word, because at the moment, as far as he's concerned, you are the better candidate, so he wants to go with you. He wants you to win, it's better for him. So, that's why he tells you that story. Why do you hate the Commonwealth, Berman?
Why do you hate the Commonwealth and its people so much?
Look at you, thinking you know it all. You think I hate the Commonwealth? Why? Because I do what needs to be done? Listen up. Anyone who stands against us needs to be put down, hard and fast. But it ain't got nothing to do with hate. I just don't give a shit.
Have you always shot Berman? How have you not heard this dialogue before, Cam?
Why so hostile?
Why? Because you are one arrogant son of a bitch. The way you walk, the way you talk, it's like you're above it all. Like for some reason, you're just so much better than everyone else. You can try to deny it all you want, but I see right through you. You got a messiah complex or something, and it pisses me off.
Well, we've learned about Berman.
Forget it. Never mind.
Ah, whatever. So you ready to die now, or what?
So, we can ask Jake what he wants to do, we can attack Berman, or we can talk. Jake, what should we do?
Do you have a preference how I handle this?
Well, I can't say I'm exactly a fan of the gunners. Least of all this one. I don't know. This one's in your court. However you want to do this, I'll back your decision.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Okay, I think there are some perk options here, but I've clearly not unlocked them, so we can get an instant pass if we did want to make Berman go away. I think one of them is it intimidation? My brain's saying terrifying presence, but that's not a Fallout 4 perk. There's I think it's Grim Reaper's Spirit, maybe, which I've used in a similar way to terrifying presence. But we don't have that. We just have a filler line, because there's no perk to replace it, and we can try and convince him.
You're a stubborn fool, and you're not gonna like how this ends.
You done making empty threats? I'm getting bored of this.
Yeah, so that would have been a perk if we had it, because of the way the Fallout 4 system works. If I want to have perks here that the player may not have, then I need a filler line. So unfortunately, that one's a filler line, and this one's a filler line.
Is there any way I can change your mind?
Oh, sure. Just ask nicely.
Okay, I mean, he said that's how we do it. Let's try and ask him nicely.
You're making a big mistake here. You can still do the right thing. Just think this through.
You're the one who made the mistake.
We have no charisma.
A mistake I'm about to rectify.
Well, no options.
Kill him, Jake. It's him or us.
If that's the way it has to be, I'm right behind you. Let's do this.
You think you can kill me? Arrogant to the end.
Oh, he's tough. Die. Okay. Why is he not dying? Oh, that's gotta be a bug. Okay. This may be fixed. I am running a slightly older version of SS2, which I've not updated yet.
Get lost.
Hey.
Should have known it would be
Yeah,
you.
we restarted that for some reason.
Who else? I warned you.
I'm
But
fairly
you
sure this is a
didn't
bug other
listen.
people have encountered
So
before.
now you're gonna pay for crossing the gunners.
Bring it on.
Yeah, he's not turning hostile. Okay, he definitely attacked us there at the end.
Oh! Ah, fuck!
I think this is definitely a bug I've seen people have. Yeah. Interesting, okay. I wonder if that's because he is, considered, what's the term? Like, non-killable for the conversation. And then it's meant to turn off once we attack him. Because, I guess we just have to pretend he dies? I'll try one more time.
Fuck!
I wonder what causes that, because I've definitely played through and been able to kill him before. So there's some sort of conflict, or maybe an option. Okay, do we have a save before we entered? No, I'm not going all the way back to that one. Okay, we're just gonna ignore Berman. Oh, but Jake needs his gun back. Okay, this is gonna break things. Let's see how this plays out. Because what's meant to happen here is we kill Berman. Jake then gets his gun back from him. Or we convince Berman to go away. We convince Berman to go away, and before he leaves, Jake gets his gun back. And then tells us to progress in the quest. Yeah, so this definitely is
Come on!
gonna make it so people can't progress. Darn, I don't want to do that big fight again. Ooh, okay, this is a bug. I have a feeling it's probably fixed. Just not in this current build that
Here's
I have.
hoping they don't come back.
I don't think we can take away his invulnerable flag. Make a safe save and try to kill command. Okay. Can I save in combat?
If we're gonna dance,
Okay, I know there's a command just to kill a particular NPC. Is it just killed?
let's dance.
Yep, apparently, but yeah, I think he's too important. He's too important to die. Damn. That puts a pause to the quest. I mean, we could, force stage it ahead. Off the top of my head, I don't know what the correct stage is, though. Darn. And I really don't want to go back to the prior save. Let's see if loading the save helps. I don't see why it would. But if not, we just may have to, force the stage ahead.
Guess this is it for you.
Die, Berman. You're nasty. One more. Yep, he ain't dying. Okay. We're gonna have to do a set stage, I think. So let me quickly look up. I guarantee the online somewhere, someone will have had this problem. Okay. We don't want to go to be right back. We want to go to just chatting so you can hear me. Let's try and find the stage for this. Gosh darn it. See, if this was a gaff playthrough, and this was the latest build, he'd be like, ah, let's make some notes, and then we'll fix this next time. Sim, let's go SS2. Berman won't die? Let's see if anyone's had this exact problem. Current issues. So we do have a nice big log of bugs that are slowly being worked through. And generally there are fixes for them. So if you go to the wiki or our forums, generally speaking, if you've had a problem, someone else has had it, and there's probably a workaround. So it's like just do this, or set a stage, or you just have to load back and just take this option. Because even though we've released, I think we always consider everything in alpha until we're done. Because as with most things, like you have it in a working state, and then you add something new, and then that breaks like 5 things that it shouldn't do, but it does. Now you got to figure that out, and then you fix those, and they break something else. So that's often the case with SS2. Things will be working, something else will be fixed, and for some reason that has sort of a knock-on effect and causes something else not to work. Great fun. Not seeing a fix on the wiki. I know I've seen this problem. Okay, yeah, someone else. Jake doesn't get his gun. Darn. But no one posted a fix for it, so I might have to just boot up the CK and find the right stage. Damn. Oh, hello. Set essential form ID 0. Thank you, Canuck. Okay, let's see if that works. Let's go back to the game. And let's try that command. We'll grab Berman. That is not Berman, so it is set essential. Typing it slowly so I don't get it wrong, even though I probably will. Form ID, so 0A, 01, D8, DD0. Damn, did I type it wrong? Invalid active set, essential. I typed it right, I think. Form ID. I think that's the right form ID. 00, D8DD. What am I doing wrong, Canuck? I have to... No. Invalid activate for parameter. Oh, because I'm going to need the actual ID for that character, perhaps, rather than try it for ID. I think the other one is just basement fog. Locale identify type. Okay, let's try the base ID. So it is A01 D8 DB. Okay, that may have worked. Die, Berman! Die! No, I mean, it did something. It definitely accepted that command. It doesn't seem to...
What a waste.
Okay, he's back on. Let's try.
Oh, now I'm mad.
Oh, what's that?
Shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
I wonder if this is normal for other
No.
journalists.
Setting it to 1 wouldn't do it. Because that would be a good thing, but let's try and set it 1 and then 0 back. Nope, that did not do it. It accepted it in the console, but for some reason that... Well, also technically this Berman we're attacking isn't that form ID. He's
Bad idea.
He's that ID, but it doesn't like that ID. So yeah, let's go back to try and find the correct stage. Oh, technical issues, aren't they always fun? Back to just chatting, okay. Gosh darn it, see, at some point during development, I would have known the exact quest name, stage to set to, but it's been about 2 years since Chapter 2, 3 years? It's been a while. And right now I have different games in my head rather than SS2, because, as some of you may know, we are we're creating a mini studio. I guess we've created a mini studio called King Gaff Creations. And we've already made one creation, and we may be working on our second one right now. And so at the moment, that's what's in my head technical-wise. And I've forgotten all the stuff from SS2. So I've got to go to the internet to find the answers I need. Okay. See, other people have had this problem. They're on Xbox though, which means they can't use the console, which is a huge pain in the arse. Damn. The fastest option might just be to reload if I can't find the right stage. Let's see. Oh! Look at Canuck just saving the day again. Okay, let's see how many commands I can recall. So we'll have to see what stage we're at, and then force it forward by 10 stage increments might do it. Okay, so I want to go back to the game. Okay, let's see if I can remember. So we want I guess get stage might do it. Get stage SS2 chapter 2 underscore MQ22. Okay, so we're at stage 300. So let's set stage. This might be weird because Bowman's going to keep attacking us. 310? I would never recommend. Oh my gosh. I've just gone crazy. Yeah, I'd never recommend doing things this way usually if you have a problem. It's probably a better workaround to do. Because... Oh! Okay, the stage I just set is the triggering of the Mysterious Stranger, so if you have the Mysterious Stranger perk, he will appear. Let's see what happens if we do it again. Oh, I was hoping a second one would appear. Okay, so let's try... Once. We have slow-mo, so I think that's for another perk, which will slow down time if you use it. 30? 40, and then we'll try 50. We may be in permanent slow-mo now. See, this is why you shouldn't do what I'm doing. It can cause... There we go.
He did.
One more obituary.
Damn it, we had the dialogue.
That's all of them.
Okay, talk to Jake.
Jake.
All right, Slick. You've got the key card, so you should
sure
go on
do.
ahead. I'm gonna stay down here. I reckon I can cause a diversion or two.
Okay,
Take
Jake's
some of the
gonna keep
heat off
Bowman
of you.
busy.
You go find the comm hub.
Thank you, Canuck.
I'm not sure that's such a good idea.
That was
Don't
very
worry,
helpful.
I'll be fine. After all, I got my trusty pistol back.
No, you don't,
Now
Jake.
get going, and best of luck.
Okay, Jake's gonna fight Bowman for it now. The idea is Bowman's meant to have the key card for... Is it this elevator? That's when we came
I'll
down.
mess you up good.
Put it up, Bowman. The elevator we want to take is over here somewhere. So I don't know if we actually need the actual key card or not. Well, let's give it a go. Okay, Pepper's gonna help us. Okay, we want to go to... we can't go to lobby. I think we need to go to office level. Nope. Okay, then we need to go to second floor. Need the key card. Damn it. We do need the key card. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to mess this up a little bit. So, I mean, I guess it's good. People who are watching who've had this issue can come up. Here's a possible way to brute force it, assuming you have access to a PC console. Bye, Bum. So we're gonna go up. We're gonna go inside the plaza from the bottom level, and then we're gonna clip through a door which would usually block your way. This might break everything, but this is interesting. It's interesting to see if you can actually just brute force it this way. Like, once the quest wraps, there shouldn't be any further issues. God, can you imagine me trying to do this without having God mode on? Ugh. Disable Bowman? I could have disabled Bowman, but I like to just leave him there forever. I think technically when we take over the HQ, we do switch to like a cloned interior. So Bowman Berman's going to be trapped forever in the limbo of the original HQ. Hey, Aiden.
Hey there.
Yeah, he's got nothing to say. See, he would have shot Berman if Berman had escaped as planned. Yeah, maybe, I think we blocked these doors from being used, maybe?
It's stuck.
So we have to go through this door. Okay, if I didn't fall down too far. Okay, it looks like we've taken care of the gunners outside. That's good. Good job, guys.
Useless.
Oh no. Okay. We have to just force unlock it. Because obviously if you don't go with Jake and Lupe's plan, we want to force the player to have to go up top, so that seems to be how we've done that. Most players are good. They behave, they go where they're told to. But you'll notice sometimes in games where you go where you're not meant to, well, the developers do what we did, which is make it so you can't.
Place has some serious defenses. Must be something important. Hey,
So this is the way we would come in if we were doing the Jake plan,
here's trouble.
which I have a feeling may have played out better. Damn, missed. Missed again. Okay. I won't miss this time. Okay, so with the Jake plan, we would have come here, and then we would have to take this elevator down, and then we would have had our meeting with Berman.
What?
Oh, okay. There's meant to be a chain fence here, but maybe because we're sort of doing some breaking of sequencing. Properly. Okay, I'm gonna save. We're really messing things up here. Let's see.
Busted.
Yeah, okay, so we still have to kind of do things in sequence, so I'm here to force some more triggers. So what's meant to happen is you're meant to take that elevator up, and then when you exit the elevator, Wes is meant to make an announcement on the PA system. So they're meant to come out over here.
Damn it!
There we go.
What are you people doing? Reports of attackers on basement level. Repeat. Basement level.
Okay, so that should have set the stage.
Repel the attackers at all costs. We could not afford to lose the plaza.
It looks like that spawns. Oh my god.
They're here.
Gonna spawn. Get him. Get him. There we go. This is how I fight.
Should have backed down.
Okay, so things should be going correctly now. So it looks like we triggered the West speech. Hello, Guardian. Yes, we had Berman being immortal, which broke the sequencing because we either need to kill him or convince him to leave, and Jake needs to get his gun back. Otherwise, the quest doesn't progress. But we brute forced it. Canuck was very helpful. And it got me the ID for this quest.
Stand down. Stand down.
Okay. Things are working.
Open the
No
doors.
use.
Let them in.
I'll admit,
There he is.
that was some fireworks show you put on out there. I know why you're here, but I won't let you take it. Your hub is too important to our work.
Who are you?
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm Wes, captain of the Gunners. And once my work is finally done, governor of the Commonwealth.
Why would you do this?
Remind me, what were you using the hub for again? Letting people decorate houses, wasn't it? Such a waste.
You can't stop me.
You know, with an attitude like that, you might have made a half-decent gunner. There's a damn good reason we secure technology like your comm hub. Not to mention other valuable resources. And locations. And if people like you would just stay out of our way, and let us finish what we started, the Commonwealth would already be on the brink of restoration. I'm sorry, but your comm hub is gunner property now. And I assure you, we'll put it to much better use than you ever would.
Okay, I'm gonna try and move a little bit closer. There we go. Just because we're in a weird camera angle. There we go. Oh.
What are you talking about? The world's been destroyed.
With the right technology, that devastation can be reversed. But too many lack the vision to do what's necessary. To see the bigger picture.
You need an example. Look to the Minuteman. After all, it was their short-sightedness that caused the Quincy incident.
Ooh, okay, hard speech check. So I'd recommend when you face Wes, bring Preston with you, because he's usually got something to say. And anyone who's played Chapter 3, you know kind of what Wes is talking about. This is one of the difficulties of writing in sort of chunks. So we had Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. Once Chapter 1's out, I really can't rewrite it. Like any major plot threads I've put down, they're there forever. Same with Chapter 2. So I didn't have, you know, the exact details of Chapter 3 worked out at this point when I was writing all this, because I wasn't there yet. And because we're releasing in Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, I can't sort of go back once I've actually finished and, you know, lay down the seeds in a more, in a better way. So a lot of it I had to just decide on, okay, this is what we're doing, this is the story, this is what's happening, and I just need to plan it well enough in the previous chapters where I can just play off it in the future chapters, and just, I have to preempt it, so I have to decide roughly what I'm doing and then write in the dialogue to kind of make sense. So I had my hands bound by myself by writing Wes's dialogue this way. And whilst it did do what I wanted it to do, there's like slight nuances to it that maybe I'd go back and tweak having written Chapter 3. Because I'm not sure everyone fully gets what Wes's idea was. I think if you talk to Lamont, she kind of fills in it a bit more. But roughly what Wes's idea was, he is working for, spoilers, Vault-Tec, which is the gunner's employer. But he sort of has ulterior motives. And they're not bad, they're not good. He knows Vault-Tec want to just wipe out the Commonwealth once they've got what they want. And Wes doesn't want that, so he's kind of going against his orders. So technically, if you didn't kill him, maybe things would have worked out well, maybe, but probably Lamont would have killed him anyway, because it's Lamont and she was planning it from the start. You just gave her a good way of doing it, or killed him yourself, which is what we're about to do. Let's try the speech check.
What do you mean? What happened?
I don't owe
Nope.
you an explanation, so don't ask for one.
Oh well. So there you would get his explanation roughly of what is explained, where he's like, "Oh, I have a plan, and I'm gonna save the Commonwealth. We're not bad guys, from my point of view." But obviously, he's not doing it in a very nice way. You know, people don't like having their settlements forcibly taken from them. You're wasting my time, Wes.
You're wasting my time.
Typical wasteland ignorance. Under my guidance, with our employer's backing, the Gunners can resurrect the wastes. Create prosperity not seen since the Great War. With your hub computer tied into our comms, we finally have the means to achieve that. So I refuse to hand it back to the likes of you.
Oh, fantastic, we've got awareness. Let's ask about his employer.
Sounds like you're protecting someone.
If you mean our employer, you've got it the wrong way around. It's them who protect us. In exchange for a few minor services, they've revealed countless stockpiles of technology and pre-war assets. Most of it untouched since the bombs fell. Our employer recognizes our value.
You get it? Because
And
they're
rewards
Vault-Tec.
us justly.
Of all the ways to make caps, why this?
This isn't just about money. And if you think it is, you haven't listened to a word I've said.
Now this is something that I think should be in this build, because for a long time we had this bonus perk option, which is awareness. You've noticed something, vault suits, and the camera should show us what it is the player's meant to be seeing.
Where did you get that vault suit?
There we go.
From a vault, where else? Every vault in the Commonwealth rightfully belongs to the Gunners. And that
Because
ownership
of
extends to all
Vault-Tec.
property inside as well.
See, it was all there from the start. Vault-Tec were always the employer. It was never the Enclave. I tricked you all, except the few people who did figure out it was Vault-Tec. But no one believed them. So technically, I win.
I thought you were a reasonable man. Maybe I was wrong.
I won't stand aside and let some self-righteous wastelander destroy everything I've worked towards. No. Your meddling ends here.
Oh, also, there's Wise. He's helping us. Which is part of a completely unrelated quest. Die, Wes, die. Man, he's tough.
That went better than expected.
There we go. And Wise is fine. So, what Wise does is he deactivates this Assaultron. But it's very easy to miss, just because of all the chaos that's going on. So Wise makes the fight a little bit easier. And also, this jumpsuit, or Vault 75, that's something that's in the base game, but it's cut content. So usually you can't get this vault suit, but we let you have it because we're nice. Let's grab
Excellent.
This. There we go. Let's get... Yeah, we'll pick that up later. Hey, Wise.
Hi.
Looks like you pulled it off. Guess I bet in the right Brahmin after all. Suppose I should get going soon. But before I do, a word of warning. That Aiden guy, keep an eye on him.
So, I'm going to give some spoilers here. This is a setup for Aiden's quest, which isn't in the game yet. So, something we definitely want to get in before we consider SS2 wrapped is personal quests for all of the HQ characters. So, Jake's he's had his, because that's the story, pretty much, of SS2. But we have, Aiden, we have Lupe, we have Teresa, we have Mansfield, Cassandra, probably missing someone, Salvador. They, at some point, fingers crossed, will all have their own personal quests. The thing is, we couldn't put them in prior because the main quest technically is the tutorial for SS2, so it needs to be linear. We have to teach players in a certain way, and it would be hell to try and figure a lot of things out if, like, oh, we did Aiden's quest and we ended it in way number 2. So maybe now Aiden's different. Maybe he's not here. You don't know. So now I've got to take all these things into account. So I said, screw that. We're going to move all those personal quests to the end, and that way the player has a lot more freedom. They can do them whenever, and we can have more possible outcomes to them. Maybe Aiden dies. Maybe you get him killed, and we can do that now because we've moved it to the end of the mod. So look forward to that one day. But this dialogue here from Wise, this is setting up Aiden's quest. So there will be a few clues here, but they're not really that big. They're open and vague enough that I can kind of write anything for Aiden's quest. I know what it will be, but I might not write it that way by the time I get to writing it. So, but Wise's comments here should be clues, and I'll almost certainly go back and reference them to make sure whatever I write does fit with these. I see you, Can. I see you, loving, lovely Wise. This line legitimately had me convinced that Aiden was a bad guy in some way. My guess was the point, my guess is that was the point, but I'm still watching it. Yeah, so it's also a bit of a double bluff because it's Wise. So he does that. He's an intel guy. He's a sneaky guy. So you can hand wave it as it's just Wise messing with you. He's just trying to sow the seeds of discontent amongst your crew, or it's a legitimate warning. The way the lines are written as well is, I think Wise makes reference to it being intel from the gunners, and he doesn't know whether you can trust that or not, because he knows the gunners don't always give correct intel. Well, let's ask him. What are you talking about, Wise?
What about him?
The gunners had a fair amount of intel on him. I don't know how much of it was true, but I'm just saying, maybe you should keep an eye on him.
Anything else I should know?
I think I've already said too much. Look, I'm sure Aiden's a real nice guy. You've probably got nothing to worry about.
Or do you?
What's next for you?
Who knows? But it's safe to say I'm done with the gunners. Maybe there's some other groups out there that can make use of my skills. Or maybe I'll go freelance. I have always wanted to try my hand at bounty hunting.
Thanks for your help.
The gunners had it coming. I was just gonna leave and keep my head down before things got too bad, but this way's good too.
See you around.
Doubtful. Au revoir, mon ami.
There's Wise with his perfect French.
Ours now.
So this gunner, right here, this fella, I'm fairly sure, I could be wrong, I think he's part of one of the Concord quests. And I have no idea why he's got these numbers in his name. I don't know if that's relevant to the quest, because I've not played that particular quest. Or whether it's just, someone was copying the gunner and like, oh, we'll put a placeholder name of 348, whatever. But I think, yeah, so they've got a little note here. And I've seen people reading this note and being like, this must have something to do with all this comm hub stuff. Nope, completely unrelated. I didn't even know this guy existed. I think it's part of the Concord quests. I could be wrong. Canuck says, Aiden is ultimately a good guy. His hobby is just messing with Jake. Yep, pretty much. It's funny, and it amuses him. So why not? We'll come back for that stuff later. Let's go talk to everyone else. So this is something I think that was broken for a while. I'm fairly sure it's been fixed for a while, but I've not done a proper playthrough of SS2 in a long time because I'm always on to writing the next stuff. But everyone here is meant to have like a post-combat speech, and I'm fairly sure maybe Algernon's was broken. No. Okay. Aiden's got nothing to say. I think he's meant to be like, go talk to Jake.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Hey there.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, even the old Minutemen couldn't defeat the Gunners. And you just did it by assaulting their headquarters, no less. I guess people were right about the Minutemen. Maybe it was time for some new blood.
What are you going to do now?
I suppose I should head back at some point. Let the others know
Everyone's got
the
the brown
news.
face bug.
But for now, I think I'll hang around for a bit. It's been kinda nice helping you guys out. Reminded me of times past and all that.
And that's why Teresa joins the HQ. So I'm not sure at this point we decided for sure that Teresa would have to join the team because the role of each HQ like staff member is to take care of some part of the HQ. And because the HQ was still in development at this point, we didn't quite know like what different departments would be needed. So we knew like Jake would be engineering, Aiden would be security. But then at one point we figured, oh, we need someone to like handle the people. We need admin. Well, who do we have to do admin? And then we kind of looked back and realized, oh, we do have past characters. We have Teresa, she's a past character. And roughly what I'd written for her backstory makes sense that she'd take care of that role. So that's why she returns in Chapter 2. Originally, when I was writing Chapter 1, I don't think I intended for her to come back. No, I did. Okay, I'm a liar. She is meant to come back, but she's meant to come back related to a different quest, which she comments in Chapter 3. So, spoilers, there's hints in Chapter 1 and Chapter 3 of a character called Griffin, who is another character who was written years and years and years ago. I just had a pin put in him, and he was put off to the side while we sort of did other stuff, and we always have feature creep. So, that got pushed back. That's another quest and character I want to get in a certain point. So that's what Teresa's originally purpose was. She's there for the quest in Chapter 1, Who Can ASAM, to teach the player some stuff about ASAMs. And then you're meant to find her later on, when you'd be doing the Griffin quest. She's related to that. And in Chapter 3, we do find out that there's a few more planting for that future content there in Chapter 3. But we realized, oh, she'd work really well in Chapter 2 to take care of admin, so that's why she's here.
Thanks. You were a big help.
Ah, don't sweat it. I just did what I could.
She's scaring me with
Anyway,
her face.
I still kinda owed you for the whole ASAM thing. You gave us a new home. And that ain't something I'm gonna forget.
See you around.
Sure thing.
Let's talk to Jake.
Hey there.
You did it. We did it. We defeated the Gunners.
Never cease to impress, do ya?
Any remaining troops have either fled or have surrendered. It's over. We got the comm hub back. The Commonwealth is safe. We won.
Okay. This is something... I think it's been fixed. I could be wrong. And again, I'm on a slightly older build. Now I actually do have Piper with me. At this point in the conversation, if you've got a companion, they will interject. And the idea is they interject at a certain point, and most of them will say something like, I don't know, I don't think it's over yet. And then Aiden says something like, I agree. Because he's agreeing with the companion of what they said. But I think I probably set this up, so I think it's conditioned wrong, so it does that Aiden line even if you don't have a companion. So it doesn't make any sense. He's meant to have an alternate line. Let's see if that happens. Are you okay, Jake?
You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Although maybe ask me later once all the adrenaline's worn off. But for now, I'm feeling great.
Okay, he always says Cam. Okay, let's hope it plays out the way it should, because we do have Piper with us. So maybe she'll make the scene make sense.
So we're done with the Gunners?
I agree. It's too early to count them out.
Damn it.
And what's that supposed to mean?
We just dealt the Gunners a serious blow. One they may never recover
So I think
from.
Piper already said her line
plans
previously.
for
I think it's
conquest are
only a
over.
handful of
But
companions
let's not
who have an
deceive
interjection.
ourselves. It's
that
not
Aiden's
as if
meant
all
to
of them have
comment on.
suddenly disappeared. Despite our best efforts, At least a handful of rats jumped ship. And let's not forget all the gunners who are stationed elsewhere, or who are out on patrol.
We won, they lost. End of story.
Don't be so short-sighted.
Boy, you really know how to put a damper on things, don't you?
I'm just saying, we shouldn't count the gunners out.
Yeah, well, for now, I'm just glad we got the comm hub back. Thank you, Slick. I don't think there's anything I could say that would truly express gratitude. But I hope you know how much I appreciate everything you've done.
It's romance time.
And without sounding too corny, I really consider you my closest friend.
Ooh, this is a tough flood. Let's try it.
Have you ever thought about us becoming more than just friends?
Oh, you mean
Nope.
like together? As in an intimate kind of way? I'm not sure now's really the time to be discussing that kind of thing. Maybe it's something we can talk about later. All right, I'll start getting things wrapped up here. I need to go check over the hub. Hopefully the gunners haven't damaged it. And thanks again, Slick. I'll contact you again soon. Until then, why not check in on the folks at Concord? Or maybe some of our own settlements. Up to you, of course. Anyway, I'll catch you later.
Alright, we finished the quest. Let's see if we can talk to everyone. So we just talked to Teresa. Can we talk to Algernon?
Yeah?
Nope. And again, this might be fixed in current builds.
What? Hello? Yeah?
So I'm pretty damn sure Algernon has a toolkit, which I know I've seen before. So again, it could just be I'm on an older build. And I think he gives hints to his future quest. Or it could be that we've completed the quest, so maybe they don't have their things to say.
That was really something.
Nope, Lupus
I
says
hope everything will be okay now.
I think Algernon...
No more settlement attacks or anything.
It would have been impossible without your help.
Thanks. But I can't take much of the credit. I just did all the calculations and stuff. Anyone could have done it, really. As long as they understood transcendental geometry, of course.
Okay, yep, there's some hints for future Lupe content there.
See you later, kid.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah, so we get, we're meant to have a hint for Algernon's future quest. We have a hint for Lupe's there. I don't think Teresa gives a hint for her future quest, but she does give a hint of she's going to stay on a BE staff. Does Aiden give hints?
We can expect some peace and quiet for a while, but don't go thinking this is the last we've heard from the gunners.
What happens now?
I don't know. We've just created a power vacuum in the Commonwealth. There was no avoiding it. We did what had to be done. But now I'm left wondering, what comes next?
Well, the next chapter comes next. Duh.
How long do you think the peace will last?
Could be months, could be days. Depends how quickly the gunners can regroup and organize. But the main threat has been dealt with. The Commonwealth is no longer at risk of subjugation. At least, from the gunners.
Yep, okay, so Aiden does give some setup for Chapter 3 here. Basically saying, hey, something's going to come back, it's not going to quite be the gunners. I don't think I'd quite decided on what Lamont's faction of gunners was going to be called. Whether it's going to be like a complete offshoot, but I went with the Advent Gunners. I think it's only said like once or twice throughout the quest, just to keep it simple, so people realize, oh, gunners are still bad guys, let's fight them. But I think there I sort of laid the groundwork if we called them something else. There's loads of little things like that in SS2 where we're not entirely sure what we're going to do because we don't have the story figured out, or we don't have the mechanics figured out. So the writing has to be a little bit sneaky, a little bit vague.
I just wanted to check in, make sure things were all right between us.
We both got what we wanted from this arrangement, so yeah, I'd say we're good. And I'd be hoping to us working together again sometime. Maybe.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. I think for today we're going to call it here. We've managed to do it. We managed to get through the bugged Berman. And we only had to restart once. Yeah, I may have cheated, but yeah, that doesn't count. But if anyone has any questions, any queries, as always, you can ask about SS2. You can ask about anything from King Gaff Creations. Or anything about me, as long as it's not too personal. But if not, we'll be wrapping up. Ooh. Let's say in 3 minutes if no one has any questions or queries. But I'm quite happy with how that went, despite the bugs. We got to see some dialogue that you don't always see. And we got to see some bug dialogue, which may be fixed, might still be there. It's interesting to see all the small things that technically it's a small thing to fix, but because there's always bigger fish to fry, we have to move on and do other stuff. And it gives sort of an interesting, at least for me personally, it gives an interesting sort of insight to how it must work in big game studios, you know. So I think everyone can agree that Bethesda, they release what people consider to be a buggy game, usually on release. And, you know, people say, is it because they're lazy, because they're incompetent? Lots of mean things to them, and who knows, could be those things. Or it could be what we experience sometimes, where it's like, they know these issues exist, but like, do they fix this small issue, or do they spend the same amount of time getting in that last quest, or that last gun, or fixing a big thing instead before release? So, you know, is that the problem instead? In which case, you could say it's an issue of trying to get game studios to release games too quickly, which I think is that's definitely become a thing in recent years. Partly thanks to the internet, you know, you can just release a patch now. It's built into the game to have it patched, thanks to things like Steam. Whilst, you know, an old man, so 15 years ago roughly, you'd have to maybe go to a website to download a patch. A bit before that, you couldn't even go online to find a patch. They just didn't do that. You released the game as is. Maybe you got an expansion pack a year or two later that would fix some of those bugs, but... So, you know, maybe that's why games are more buggy. Who knows? Undercover Hat. Does your involvement with the mod come in waves, like a very little for a... Can't read that. While. Oh, for a while. And then a ton of work. If you mean SS2? I'm pretty much there all the time. So, I'm usually there through all developments, because I've got to write everything. And then in chapters 1 and chapter 2, once I've finished writing, then I'd move on to inputting the dialogue into the CK. Thankfully in chapter 3 we got other people to do that for me, like Sag, thank you Sag. Because whilst I can do it, it's not what I'm an expert at, so it takes me a little bit longer. I don't really know how to do some of the more complex things in the CK. So usually what I could do is at least kind of get the dialogue flowing the way it should do and set up some of the important stages. But usually I'd have to hand it off to someone else to do. Once I'm done with all that, then usually I'd playtest right up until we release. Usually an hour or two until we release, because we're always making changes right up until that point. And then after that, I'm on more testing on post-release, taking down notes of things. Oh, we definitely need to fix this, that's an issue, this managed to slip past. And then once we got all the major bugs found after release, then I'll sort of move on to writing the next chapter, or writing something important that we're doing, you know, we finished chapter 3 now, so now I'm doing post-content release stuff. So really, I'm always working on SS2. It's, as Gaff says sometimes, it really is a full-time job for quite a few people in the team, including him. Like, if anyone's put out a stupid amount of time in the mod, it's Gaff. I don't know how he does it and does other things. I struggle enough just doing SS2. Undercover Hat says, I'm thinking of this due to the current patch that Gaff's working on. It seems like mostly programming, but might have writing content. Okay, so I don't want to do any spoilers, but the next big patch coming out does have some story content, and it was written after chapter 3. Like, I had notes for it that this will exist at a certain point. I'd maybe written a small amount of it, but it wasn't finished until post chapter 3. So yeah, I've done more quest writing after that. So in recent months I've not done as much work in SS2 because I'm also part of King Gaff Creations now. So most of my focus has been there because we are diligently working on a new project, and we're trying to get it out as fast as we can because we don't want people to have to wait for that stuff. But the downside is I'm a bottleneck on that, because I come up with the story and generally quite a good chunk of the quest design. That's stuff you need done before most people can be like, oh, okay, we have the quest design, so we know we need this area and we need these assets, and ooh, this particular thing is going to need a lot of setup, so we'll have to get someone working on it. But until I've written all that, no one knows what to do. So that's currently what I'm busy working on. I'm almost done with my major bit for that, and everyone's working quite hard on it. So I don't know how many people in King Af Creations are happy knowing that they're part of it, because it's the internet. There are weird people out there. I'm looking at a few of them who might be watching this right now. But there's also bad, weird people out there. So I know some people have privacy concerns. So I don't want to dox anyone. But we do have a fair amount, not a fair amount, we have a few people from SS2 working on King Af Creations at the moment. And whew, it's a lot of work to split your focus between two things. Like I'm quite finished with SS2 at the moment in terms of the work I've got to do for it. There's a few things still that are remaining. But that's me just doing kind of one major job, then like a side job, and then, real life stuff on top of that. Then you've got people like Gaff who are doing full-time SS2, full-time King Af Creations. His main job he does on the side, and then he's got a family as well. It's insanity, I tell you. I don't know how he does it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and that's my involvement in SS2, and other things as well. Hopefully that answered your question. I think I ranted for a bit. I don't know how relevant half of that stuff was. That's the thing, whenever I talk, I have no idea how much of it is interesting, and how much of it would be people nodding going, aha, oh that's nice. I'm terrible for that. Usually I just keep my mouth shut. People don't believe it, but I'm not a very social person. I prefer just not to talk and not to engage with people. That's what I prefer, but it doesn't really work for this particular medium that we have going on right now. Undercover Hat says, thanks, very exciting. I really hope that King Af Creations takes off. Oh, well, so far we've got a good reception, I think. People were quite positive on the feedback from East Empire. Of course, we had some people who didn't like it. We had some people who were very much against creations, and I get it. I'm not going to pretend I wasn't one of those people back when the Creation Club first released, to be very disappointed with what came out, and to feel a bit shortchanged with some of it. And I understand why those limitations were there now, looking back on it, and also having worked on the new creation stuff. But it definitely could have been handled a lot better. And, that's at least what I'm hoping is what's happening this time with the Creation Club. It's being handled a lot better. We creators have a lot more freedom to do what we want, to sort of add content to the game that I think's worthwhile. But I definitely get people's concerns about, is this just another horse armor? We never want to make horse armor. We always want to make something at least approaching the quality of SS2. So East Empire would be, I think, what we consider the bare minimum of acceptable. And that's because we were working with, we didn't even know if we're going to release this thing. We didn't know if it's going to make any money, whether this could support us as a job, which is what the hope is, because we want to go into game development. So we kind of put all our eggs in a basket. We just decided, okay, we're just going to work. We're going to put the time into this. But this will be the bare minimum with the smallest team possible to see what we can do. And that's what East Empire is. And again, people like it. Hooray! So we were very, very pleased with the feedback. And so anything we release will always bare minimum be at the level of East Empire. And hopefully a lot more. I don't want to ruin anything. But what we're working on at the moment, I'm going to say is at least 4 to 5 times bigger than East Empire, maybe more. And we're trying to do it in a very short time span. So, if you liked East Empire, I think you're gonna like what we release afterwards, and we're hoping that is gonna be the level of quality that we hit. King Gaff's EEE stream went better than I thought it would. It went better than you thought it would. Meaning that you thought there'd be more bugs, that you were impressed with what it did. That could mean so many things. Oh yes, the EEE. So originally it was called, when we're developing it, just East Empire... What do we call it? East Empire something? East Empire Company? EEC? So EEC is a lot easier to say, but of course we went with East Empire Expansion, but that is EEE, and that's just ridiculous. So we need to figure out a better way to say it other than the dolphin sound. Canuck says, I expected more hate. Yeah, we did as well, to be honestly. Okay. I hate doing this because it always sounds like I'm kind of like kissing the boss's ass, and that's not what I want to do. But Gaff's awesome with this stuff. Like he kind of put forward like he wants to be the face of it because that way he takes all the flack. Also, it's the name King Gaff. People know who King Gaff is. Let's be honest, very few people know who Cyric is. They should, but they don't. So, you know, King Gaff, that's a name, but it also means any of the hate is directed at him. And I have seen that. I have seen a few people, you know, King Gaff's a sellout, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's general nasty internet things. But then I've seen sort of the more honest opinions of people who've, you know, actually looked into it, maybe played it. And, like, the bare minimum that we tend to get is, oh, that's alright. And you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm happy with someone who is against creations, like, oh, I hate creations, but that East Empire thing, that's okay, I guess. Fantastic. We were happy with that, but we had better than that. We had people saying they actually like it, that they want more. I think the biggest compliment I've seen is people saying this is what they wanted from the Creation Club. And that's the exact feedback. Like, that makes us happy. That brings joy to our heart. That means we made something worthwhile and that people will enjoy playing, and that's our goal. Like, we're not in it for the money, but the money sure as damn helps, because that means this can be a full-time job. Like, I don't have to worry about other things. I can just focus on a project like East Empire or what we're working on right now, and it means we can get things out, you know, faster, hopefully. But yeah, we expected a lot more hate as well than we actually got. We were pleasantly surprised at how nice a lot of the comment, because you know, we look into this stuff. We're doing marketing to a degree. We're keeping tabs on things, even if we don't join like a Reddit thread and be like, I'm going to make a comment here because you said something that, you know, was insulting to us, and I've got a witty comeback. Now, we're not doing that. We're not going to, you know, if people don't like it, it's fair enough. We actually do want to hear the criticism if they have it, because there's definitely things we could have improved, and that's why we kind of released the.
Inside there's.
Thank you, Piper.
I think someone was using this as a trash can.
Thank you, Piper. Oh, great! Now I've lost my train of thought. Thanks, Piper. What was I going to say? I've completely forgotten. Either way, East Empire. Yeah, much better than we expected, and we're really happy enough to march forward on our next project and put a lot more into it. And here's the thing as well, because of how well East Empire went in terms of just feedback in general and sales, like, enough people were interested and bought it, which is great to see. We're now putting that money into our next project. That's how we want to do this. Like, this isn't just going in our pockets. I mean, it is, some of it, because we get paid. But that's basically, here's enough for us to live on, and then a whole bunch of it goes back into making our next project. So, the more we sell, the more you guys buy, even though I'm fairly sure everyone watching has already bought it, if you play Skyrim. But hello, random person who just came across my channel, who doesn't have any idea what East Empire is. Check it out. If it looks interesting, please try it. If there's any bugs, we're fixing it. We're always trying to improve it. And that sale goes towards making content like that in the future, but better. We just want to keep this ball rolling. We want to keep making more and more stuff. We want to make games. This is what we enjoy doing. We enjoy making games that people like. Like, we don't want to make microtransactions in our stuff, as all the big game companies do, and you could argue that a creation is technically a microtransaction, but for us, this is the ground floor. Like, this is where we come in. Like, this is our only option to make content for something like Skyrim. So I'll take it. I'm blown away that we get to make almost, I guess, semi-official content for Skyrim. That's crazy to me. If you told me I'd be doing this like 10 years ago, would not have believed you. 5 years ago, maybe, because, you know, I was doing SS2 then, and I could see SS2 was pretty cool. Still would have doubted you. So it's fun. Undercover Hat says, I've been having trouble getting EEE to work. I choke it to user error. Well, definitely, we have a Discord. I'm not sure if it's easily findable. If you Google it, maybe it'll show up. And we have a support channel in there. So if there is an issue, if it's a mod conflict, we do try to figure those out. Generally speaking, we can probably offer, like, you know, set stage, whatever, like we just did today, to get the quest moving forward. But it's also good to hear of any major conflicts, because maybe it's something we can fix, because we do want East Empire to be as friendly as it can be with other mods. Okay, just catching up with the chat. I think that's all. So unless there's any more questions, I think I'll be calling it here for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been like 2 weeks, so I wasn't sure if I would have lost all my audience in the meantime. But assuming nothing goes wrong or there's no crazy charity events, we will be streaming again next week, roughly same time. Maybe for a little bit longer. I'm definitely going to update my Sim Settlements too. I keep saying that every stream, but I'm definitely going to do it this time. And hopefully I don't have any issues like having to switch hard drives again. So let's get out of game. I can see definitely also why people also have like crazy streaming setups. Because it's difficult to seamlessly switch over with OBS. I've got Alt-Tab and then get over. Oh, you guys saying it's a great stream. It was an acceptable stream. Especially because we had technical issues at the beginning, which delayed us by like 3 minutes, and that is not acceptable. But thank you very much as always for watching. If you're watching live, that's awesome. If you guys didn't show up, I might stop doing this. Because if no one's interested, then that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for you guys. And then for all the people who are watching on catch-up, you guys are even crazier. I don't know why you're watching this not live. But thank you very much for reaching the end as well. Crazy to me. But until next time, goodbye and thank you for watching.